Hey guys, welcome to Green Street. Today I'm in the middle of crocheting. Obviously it's green, but no, something that just occurred to me, and I was just looking back at the S&P 500, the overall highs and stuff like that. Um, if the goal of the Fed is to make the United States dollar uh, stronger, then wouldn't that indicate that perhaps maybe asset prices still have a long ways to go? Well, how did I get that? Well, I think, and this is not, I'm not a financial advisor, please do your own due diligence, and this is not financial advice. I believe we are nowhere near the bottom. I believe that we're not going to see the bottom until the S&P hits about, I want to say nicely, $1,200. And the reason why is because if you look at the S&P 500 before the pandemic, it wasn't that expensive. The S&P is a good indicator because it has the top 500 companies. That's why it's called the S&P 500. Now, I know before the pandemic, we were in the middle of a pre-bull run. But the pandemic was a black swan event. That led on to another black swan event that led on to a lot of money, a lot of stolen money, and constantly being invested. So right now, every Tom, Dick, and Harry out there believe that they were the next financial guru. I'm not a guru. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I just look at things and I observe. And what I hear and from what I observe, if the United States dollar needs to get stronger, well, assets only get more expensive when the United States dollar is weak. I'm going to say that again. Asset prices only get stronger when the United States dollar is weak. That's what inflation is, in a nutshell. And if asset prices are still sky high, and the price of gold is still $1,600 an ounce, that it's not supposed to be that high. As a matter of fact, it should probably, worst case scenario, be about, for a strong economy, the gold has to be about $350 an ounce. It's for a really strong economy. And so we're still at $1,600 an ounce. So that would mean that right now, just knitting, we have about, I want to say $1,300 overage, which means that now the price of goods are going up because cash is not valuable. And I learned that from listening to Robert Kiyosaki, Rich Dad Poor Dad, the Rich Dad radio show. And it occurred to me, okay, so if these assets are inflated and they're trying to bring it down, well, now, how are you going to bring the price of assets down? Glad you asked. If nobody has money anymore, because right now, I think the bait and switch is trying to fake out a bottom, keep so much uncertainty that every investor who wants to get out of holding cash is trying their best to spend that cash. And for people who aren't investors, they have to spend their cash. They have to spend till there's nothing again. And everybody keeps saying about this great reset, but what I'm understanding of the quote great reset would simply be that they need to reset our currency to make it stronger. Because think about it this way, if our assets are less expensive, the United States doesn't have to borrow as much to grab more and put us back on some type of commodity standard like gold or silver, hypothetically. Now, if I was trying to build back up my country, that's what I would do, hypothetically. Just want y'all to see. I just learned how to do this, so I'm learning new skills every day. And now, it occurs to me that everybody right now is being fooled into thinking fake stuff is worth real stuff, and real stuff is worth nothing. That's not true at all. As a matter of fact, the real stuff is worth more. However, we have a super, super inflated currency. Thanks to, I want to say the pandemic, but it was probably due to all the stimulus. And so everyone has to feel that hurt. Now, if you're poor, you're like, okay, well, how am I supposed to make money? Well, my question now is, how poor are you? Are you, I'm about to lose my house poor? Are you, I still have an option poor? Are you poor and older and can't work for yourself? How poor are you? Because my next thing, the reason why you see me knitting, is that now, are you poor in your body or you're poor in your mindset? Just going to do this up here so that y'all can see what I'm up to. I'm hoping to make a dress. Because if you're just poor in your mindset, that can be fixed. Poor in your body, that may not be able to be fixed as well. Just like I had to learn a new skill, it might be time for you to learn a new skill. And right now might be the time. This isn't financial advice. This isn't even life advice. This is just, something I'm doing. I may suck at this. May suck at a lot. But I'm still going to keep learning. And I may make mistakes along the way. Give me the opportunity to try to correct them. Now, with everything that's happened with FTX and the mind-blowing numbness that you can't really trust CEOs and you can't trust jobs and you can't trust the government, well, who can you trust? You trust yourself? Can you trust yourself? Yes, but that's the thing that keeps getting squandered away. See, with all these distractions in life, like when I'm watching videos, I have all this dopamine running through my body. Like, oh yes, I can go and do anything. But when I'm creating these videos, I get so scared because I'm not used to being on camera. I have a message that I want to say, but it's like I'm talking to myself until I see myself in the camera. And then I realize that I'm knitting and I'm comfortable again because I'm not talking to myself. I'm talking to all of you. We're knitting right now. So right now, we are going to continue to learn. And sometimes we may suck at the things we're trying to learn. We may fail at the things we're trying to learn. But the point is that so long as we're learning, we'll never be poor again. So what does that mean? Well, I would say now is the perfect time that if you can, you don't have a high school diploma, go get you a skill. You do have a high school diploma, go get you a skill. Do not go to college. It's not financial advice or life advice. It's just my opinion. I would say, don't go to college, go get you a skill. Go get so good at that skill you can help other people. And then figure out how to help so many people that it makes you wealthy. Now, a lot of people are like, oh, but I can't learn. I don't want to. Well, then if you don't want to learn a new skill, you're not going to make your own money because let's say you know how to fix houses. Everybody needs a house fixed, a roof fix. Bam, you have an entire customer base right there. You start off fixing one person's roof. And then the next person, they start referring you. Pretty soon you'll have so much business. You won't be able to fix everybody's roof, so then you start hiring people. And then once you start hiring people, almost messed up. Then once you start hiring people, you now have a business. And now let's say you want to scale that business. Now this is where a lot of entrepreneurs have been messing up, at least in my time. They value quantity over quality. You can talk about scaling all you want to. However, how soon after you're done is something going to break down? You got to call somebody again. Now, if you have quality workmanship, perhaps maybe it's no longer just roofs. Perhaps you go ahead and become a carpenter. Now, people want your products, your chairs, your sofas. And these things cost money. Now, back to, assets and liabilities. Here's the thing. Learning is an asset. Learning is a great asset. Learning is a beautiful asset. And learning is the tool and the key and the truth of how you'll make money. You're not going to make money if you're too afraid or too proud to learn. Or if you're too afraid and too proud to make mistakes. But owning up to those mistakes. That is how you make more money. Because if you're honorable, people will go by your word and trust you more than they will trust somebody to lie to them. Nobody believes in quality anymore, but just quantity. And the thing is, even something simple like crocheting is still a skill most people take for granted. They're like, oh, I don't want to crochet. Really? You know how many crochet blankets there have been in my lifetime? And they sell them at stores too. You know how many seamstresses have gone out of work? Now they have this quick print, clothing line stuff that they have nowadays. They don't have anything of quality anymore. Not that I've seen. Because at the end of the day, what I've seen is this stuff falling apart, breaking down. Oh well. That's what they say anyway. So well. See, they don't care how they hurt people. They don't. Now, what I would say, go get you a ledger. Stop being foolish. Go put your cryptocurrency on that ledger. And what you're going to want to do after that, it's not financial advice, it's just my suggestion. You're going to want to go ahead. You want to get you some whole life insurance. You want to be old money, you got to think like old money. Life insurance is a quality thing. The next thing you're going to want to do You're going to want to hold cash. Want to be like old money? You got to think like old money. Right now, cash is king. And though I love Robert Kiyosaki with all my heart, I do. I have to disagree just this one time that cash isn't king. I would say cash is king in seasons. In seasons. Taz is over there taking a nap, by the way. If you guys wonder where Taz was, our sponsor baby is sleeping. No? If you want to make money in this world, you have to have quality. You have to have assurance. You have to have insurance. And you have to have a little bit of common sense. Now, in this tech world that we live in, it's not too much quality because people can't touch and feel what it is they're buying. So it causes a lot of waste. Matter of fact, another theory of mine is that global warming has less to do with the oil being produced and more to do with the oil being used. Now let's stop and take a second with that. I'll let y'all see what I'm working on. Now, the oil being used has gone up significantly these last few decades because, people got more into transportation and going around and doing a little bit of whatever they wanted. But now, if you are constantly using up this oil to travel across seas, fill up your car, jet fuel, boats. Well, is it that global warming is happening because of oil? That still fuels many people's homes. Or could it be that people have become complacent and more wasteful and started devaluing skills like crochet? Now stop, think about that for a second. How much stuff used to be done handmade before it started going out of style? Not just necklaces or jewelry. How much stuff used to be handmade before machines took over? Let me ask you this question. Can you make clothes? Do you know how to grow anything? Do you know how to cook any food? What skills do you have? Or can you just buy and hold? Sounds familiar, like the crypto market space and stock markets. Well, now, this is why our economy the way it is now, people make less things and they just buy and hold, hoping that something's going to go up. Well, now, okay, you can buy, you can hold, you can't create, can't make, can't produce. It's like people pretend like the problem is more complicated than it actually is. We had 2 years of people who stopped making stuff and just held on to cash and kept spending stuff, holding on to the stuff they spent. Like we didn't learn about Great Depression, World War II, none of our history. Slavery. We didn't learn nothing from our history. That's why we're doing to repeat it. This skill that I had was passed down to me from my grandmother. I'll never go naked because I always know how to sew, how to fish, how to build a house. This crypto stuff, I'm 27. I should have a hang of it. No, I don't want that because it's not real. Can't hold it. I can't feed my kids with it. I can't pay my rent with it. I do hold it. But in reality, I understand that I'll probably get more use out of this than I do out of those other things, because even if I built the world's best website, when am I going to sell on it? And when I build this website, how many people is it going to help? How many people is it going to hurt? Because if I build this website to bring products and stuff to you, like other big name companies that I'm not going to put on blast, how much of an effect is it going to have on our environment? How much is it going to have an effect on people? See, money isn't selfish, money is strategic. People are selfish. All this are from everybody's selfish ways and selfish acts, not helping one another, not want to help one another. Really think back on how many people you should have helped but didn't these last few years. Now we get back to the CPI report. I feel like all this is going to keep going. So that S&P is about $1,200. I feel like Ethereum could go down to about 600, but even that may not be the bottom. I feel like Ethereum can go all the way back to $75 for real, for real. That's a big drop. And the reason why is, again, real money is harder and harder to come by, and bad money or fake money is printed. Ethereum isn't bad money. It's an asset. The point is, it may be an asset, but it only became that because originally it was a currency. A lot of people were like, well, why can't it all go up? Because the laws of gravity, baby, what goes up must come down. Now, I would love to sit here and pretend for 2 seconds that all this wasn't done because we did it. But you know what? We could change. We had enough craftsmen, even out at your mom and daddy house. If you living in your mom and daddy house, stop beating yourself up about that. You living in your mama and daddy's house. The only place you can go from there is up. Try to support. Maybe don't get a job. Maybe tell your mom and dad, hey, look, I can go to this school. Can you please pay for me to go ahead and get this trade at this school? Mom and daddy might look at you and go, well, why would I give you this money for this trade? Well, from that trade, I could go ahead and build my business up. Oh, hold on, Taz is up. Your mom and your daddy pay for you to get your school done. Go get this trade. Plumbing or carpentering or learning how to use websites. Now, let's say something else. Let's say that they pay for it. You go through the classes. And now you go to get your first job doing this stuff as an apprentice, which is still possible to this day. You can go ahead and work for yourself, or you can work for another plumber, or whatever the case may be. Now, you get your apprenticeship. You save up every piece of cash that you have. You learn everything about the trade, the skill, and you go back to that same trade school and you keep learning. That's one trade. People jump around from place to place. They don't know where to learn or how to learn. One trade. And you're the best in the city. You go ahead and keep learning. Now you're the best in the country. And now you can partner with other people, have a little black book, contacts. You can start selling this because everybody know your name. That is how business is made. Taz over here, little hand on my. At the end of the day, it's all about the skills that you learn. And it's about the help that you give people. Money isn't selfish. People. Now, I hope that this conversation has helped you, molded you, guided you. And I hope, perhaps maybe you'll come back to my channel. If you did like it, definitely show it by liking this video. And if you're interested, go ahead and subscribe. And please, please understand this. I love you. And it's okay. Everything gonna be alright. Just understand, keep that cash handy. Keep all that cash handy. Because pretty soon, it's gonna go back to the basics and the way things were. Building something. Doing something. Buying something. The consumer's gonna consume. While the builder's gonna build. I would do say, take light and heed these words. Not everybody can be a builder. Not everybody can be a consumer. But make sure you know what you're doing. Make sure you help those people who may need some help. You're doing kind work and honest work. And make sure that you're giving quality, not crap quantity. I know when I build something, like I'm building my business now, I choose quality over quantity. My business is fast pass snacks. Of course, it's hot food vending machines, got some tech in it. But I went as far ahead as to make sure that I started my land here, so that way I have fresh fruits and vegetables. Want to make sure that I have animals, so that way I have fresh meats. I don't want anybody to look at my food and go, there's something wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with my food. I grew it myself. I washed it myself. I took care of it myself. I love guarantees like that. I can sit there and look somebody in the face and go, you lying, because I did it myself. Nothing better than that. And if you want to, just comment down below. If you got this far in the video, just say myself. I do it for myself. I know for myself. I have quality for myself. With that being said, I also have to point out, a lot of people, they promote things they don't use. Now, I know that I could promote the stuff that I use, like milk, sugar, coffee, but I'm not going to promote anything I don't use. A little nano, little crypto ledger, I have one. I'm not dumb enough to put it on camera because it's just stupid. I put that in the safe. Gold, silver, I got it. I don't keep it in my house. I'm not going to get robbed. I keep it in a safe place though. And so, you know, you ain't got to show everything. But I feel like a lot of people get themselves into trouble by promoting things that they don't use. They can't speak the quality on. They don't understand it. I keep everything from a ledger. And I promote the hell out of a ledger because I believe everybody should have their crypto on a cold storage wallet. That's just my belief. I truly believe people should have all this stuff on a cold storage wallet. I do. All right, Taz. Excuse me, y'all. She need a snack. She breastfed. I believe everybody should have this stuff secured and in a cold storage wallet. That's just me. I also believe that people should have silver and gold and commodities because you know what? As young as I was as a kid, when I was about 7, 8 years old, I could tell the difference. One was value, one was not. I believe also that people should buy a little less tech, a little more books. Reading's important and fundamental. Learn a lot, including history. I feel like if anybody's going to spend money on a class or a course. Now, it don't always got to be a digital class course. It got to be a class or a course, nonetheless. I say go down to your local community college. If you don't know anything else, go down to your local library. You learn a lot over there. I don't know how people grew up and forgot that. Go down to your local library. Go down and read your course there. My scarf is coming smooth off my head. Go ahead. Learn. Learn, 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 learn. Now is the time to learn. That is the most important investment. And then you got to implement what you learned. A lot of people get to the reading stage. Nobody ever gets to the implementation stage. Nobody gets to the point where they can do it. It's not easy. None of it's easy. The point is about doing it. Gotta get her done. Skills that you should have as a human. How to cook, how to clean, how to take care of yourself. And maybe I need to do more videos of that so that I can show everybody on how the proper ways to cook, to clean, take care of yourself, take care of your family. It's not a man or a woman thing. It's a person thing. Because guess what? If Dunkin' Donuts or Domino's or Burger King or McDonald's goes out of business tomorrow, how are you going to eat if you do not know how to cook? How are you going to stop from diseases if you don't know how to clean? What's to stop you from getting poisoned? My mom left it on 3,000 yards. Y'all gonna have to figure this stuff out. Yes, they are. They gonna have to figure out the world. So at the end of the day, it's about to get even harder. It is. Now I know for a fact whole foods are cheaper than processed foods. What I mean by that? Well, milk is cheaper than cereal. Grain and cornflakes. I can make cornflakes now. All I need is corn milk. It's not a whole lot to it. You make frosted cornflakes. You get some powdered sugar. You put it over top of your cornflakes that you make at home in your oven. And on Green Street, I wanted to talk about financial security. I wanted to talk about my financial journey, but I realized that I got a lot more to me than just that. There's a lot of old traditions that are gone. Because people spend so much time being right, they're going to spend a lot more time being hungry. You are your worst enemy. And it doesn't matter what I say today, what I do. You can hate me, you can love me, it's not up to me. But for you, honey, you got to get yourself together. There's a lot more to it than just numbers on the screen. You gotta learn how to help yourself to help somebody else. And once you learn how to help somebody else, then you start helping other people. Now I know what I want and what I don't want. And I don't want to be caught out here with my family, my little Taz, our sponsor baby, without having any way to be able to feed ourselves or cook or clean or put food on the table. I got my skills. And I know they're good whether it's snow or rain. I ain't got to sell a house, but I can build one. People always need food. I can grow mine, cook up a chicken. Hell, I can kill a chicken. I can make sure there's food on the table at home. And whatever I don't use or don't need, I can sell. I know wherever flea market is in my town. I will eat so long as I live. So long as I know how to cook, everyone will eat. That's why I have fast pass snacks. Because not everybody feel like driving all the time, but sometimes, it'd be nice just to have an easy way to go like any other vending machine. Go down, grab some food, go back upstairs, go back into your house, whatever the case may be. Easier suggestion for food, and healthy food too. That's why I go with keto or whole grain food. It's not processed if I know where it came from. It's not processed if I picked it up out the ground, cleaned it off, and cooked it. I guess that's processing. If it's not processed, as in I don't know what's in it, I know what's in it. I picked it up and I cooked it. I feel like y'all gonna get it together. I'm just gonna talk at y'all. That's it. I wish somebody would comment on this, so that way I would know what it is that y'all needed to hear. But more importantly, what it is that's going on through y'all mind right now. So I know this is scary. Can't be scared if you got enough skills. Just saying. I'm gonna get off of here and I'm gonna let y'all have y'all day. Don't let the dopamine get you too much. Don't be watching this damn TikTok and the YouTube shorts too much either. Alright, y'all. I love you. Thank you again for subscribing to my channel. For those who have subscribed, really appreciate y'all. Thanks. And I'll see you on the next video. Bye, Taz.